Good morning, everyone. We begin in 1 minute for the unleash the power of ECAD MCAD integration using SolidWorks PCB. Am I audible to you? You can write down in the chat window. There is a chat window and a question and answer window is also there. So let's start with the presentation webinar. Myself, Shailesh Dufare, I am an application engineer for Beacon India Private Limited. I am having experience of total experience of 4 years in electrical. Let's start with the webinar. First, electrical design objectives. Decreasing development cost and improving time to market. These are the two main challenges which we are currently facing. Next, electrical design challenges. These are the electrical design challenges. First, disconnect between the electronic design automation and schematic drawing is done in one package and layer and layout in another. So design will go to many iteration. Most of the engineers spend their 50% of time in component research and library management. Improper electrical and mechanical integration puts a burden on the relationship between the engineer and the board houses. And we know there is a lot of tough process is going on probably on paper. Your design may be correct, but actually converted into PCB, it won't work. So prototype creation is another challenge. As in creation of prototype, there will be minimum 4 to 5 design iteration, which will cost approximately in an average 5,89,000. Customer needed integrated solution to overcome this problem. That's SolidWorks PCB. These are the key features for the SolidWorks PCB. So what the SolidWorks PCB do? First, schematic capture. Here, wiring of electronics components and some ICs and diodes, all these things are comes in the schematic capture. After that, we will find a traditional 2D PCB layout, 3D visualization layout. Here, what are the components which were used in the schematic capture? We can see in 3D visualization. The fourth one is a mechanical collaboration. There is a collaboration between electronic design and mechanical design, which we can see. Electrical integration. Here we can integrate that design with the electrical designing also. First, which we are going to see is collaboration, schematic capture, PCB layouts, and deliverables. Let's start with the. Let's take a look with the SolidWorks PCB software. Here you will find a project tab, project window, view, tools, outputs. When we start with the new project, here we can add a new PCB schematic or PCB documents. Just right clicking on project, we can add it on. First of all, in schematic page, there is a library symbol creation, means you can create customized symbols, schematic symbols and customized 2D footprint also. After that, there is a design rule checks and project import designs, means here you can import design from other softwares also. You can see here the what are the importers: Eagle, Protel, OrCAD, PATS, Mentor, AutoCAD PCB. After that, there is a design rule check. Here project options. Here the design rules which are the violation associated with the documents, violation associated with the harness, and associated with the nets. There, after that, there is a connection matrix between the input pins, IO pins, and output pins, different. We can select the type of the error, means it shows the error, what kind of error is which are going to show: fatal error, error warning, no reports. After that, let's start with the PCB page document. Here is the by default PCB page document. Here also you can find the design rules. Here in design rules you can set parameters also. Here the clearance, short circuit, allow short circuit or not, and routing related designing, width of the preferred width with the copper tracks, and solder mask expansion also, fabrication related test point style, and much more. So first we start with the one small project of schematic we're starting with the schematic drawings. Here I am going to add a library by simple clicking here library. I am going to add a library of stepper motor driver. Open. Here in right side window you can find the number of components according to description, footprints, and the ratings also there. In PCB schematic, now I am going to add that component in my schematic drawings. Just double click on that component. Here you will find you can rotate that component using Y, and you can flip off the pins also using Y, and if you want to rotate that component by simple clicking spacebar button, you can rotate. Now I am going to add this connector to one side. After that I am going to connect with the capacitor also. Here on right side of window I am going to add one capacitor, and giving one ground port, power ports. You will find in home option power ports ground. So in this easiest way you can add the components, schematic drawing symbols in schematic drawing. After that, if you double click on that component, you will find it is attached with the 2D footprints. You can see here is a 2D footprint of that connector. If you want to see in generic mode, if you want to see PCB mode, here you can see. After that, if you want to find some online data regarding library, supplier links, here you can search, simply clicking on add. Oh, wait, simply just add on the component here, search. Here you will find the manufacturer part number, supplier, description, and unit price in dollar. Here is the component number, part number B6B PHKS. So here with that component you will get a 2D footprint and a schematic drawing symbols also with PDF. Here is the description of that component. You will find the application category, connector type, and one PDF is also attached with that. Now after adding the connector, we have to give the annotate it, means we have to get some designation here, designator here. So by clicking tools, we can annotate schematics. We can order of processing annotation here, across then down, up then across then down. We can select anyway. After that we have to update changeout list and apply. Otherwise, you can create on annotate schematic quickly. Here, within one click, all components will be annotated. Here you will find C3, RV1, and C1, C2, C4, C5, These are the capacitors of which are annotated. After that, we are going to compile that on project. Here on compiling, there will be a message window. Here you will find the list of errors. What are the errors are occur in the during compiling, means some components having some multiple components having same designation part number, and something which is some components which are not connected. Here we can see the that message here. After that, after compiling, we come to the PCB layout. This is the PCB layout for schematic. Here we can draw a customized layout also. Here we can draw also. Now we are going to collaborate this PCB layout with the mechanical design. I'm just going to open the mechanical CAD, SolidWorks CAD. Here just we have to select new board, and currently which project we are working, just we want to select here SolidWorks PCB. Okay, just save. Here you will find the PCB of that project. We can change the color also here by selecting this color of the PCB. So here you can find the same PCB which is described in 2D schematic. After that, there is a SolidWorks PCB connector for collaboration between PCB and mechanical CAD, SolidWorks CAD. Here I am just going to add it in assembly. This PCB I am going to add in assembly, simplest way. Now I am going to add one mechanical component. Just clicking on part, selecting on desktop. It is a CCTV model. Here you can see I just added the one CCTV model. Now I am going to give a mate for that PCB. Just selecting this surface area and this, click on assembly and mate. Within one click, here you will find. Now we are going to cut that PCB in that part. Simply select save that assembly. First of all, after saving, just click on edit parts and sketch and select the entities. These are the sketch and convert entities. Now within minute my PCB is ready. Here you will find in smart way. I just created one PCB here. It is the PCB layout for which we are working on. So we can send that PCB layout in 2D PCB schematic also. Just clicking on SolidWorks PCB, push. I am going to write some instruction here also. Layout, post. Now within second, here you will find there is some changes regarding layout which is done by the mechanical engineers. Simply view changes. Here you will find the board outline. Just clicking on that, you can see that the board outline. Just select and accept it. Here you will find the some changes are occurred in the layout. So in this way you can collaborate that PCB layout with that SolidWorks CAD. After that, I am going to add that components. Just clicking on project, import. Here the list of the components which are used in the schematic. Validate, execute changes. After that, close. Here you will find the 2D footprint of that components. You can select that ICs and components. If you want to change the direction, you can rotate from space bar. I just place here, and one more connector I am going to place here. Here you can see the collision detection also, which is shown in red color. If components is overlap one on another, it shows the error. So I placed one more here. After that I placed one more connector here. If you want to place that components on the downside of the lower board, you can select simply R, L. By clicking L, it is placed in the lower layer. For time being I am just adding this one and this one. Here the all components are placed. After that we just save and push this to the SOLIDWORKS CAD components. Now in SOLIDWORKS CAD, here one notification is observed: component changes. Some components are added. Here you will find the list of the components which are added. By clicking select check all and accept. So these are the components of that schematic drawings which we are going to add. These are the part model which is attached with the schematic symbols and 2D footprints also. So just 1 and 2 clicks you can send data to SolidWorks CAD and SolidWorks CAD to SolidWorks PCB. So there will be chances of mistake will be definitely reduced. Here you can find the new after installing the component, how it will be looks like. We can see here just, and some components on the lower layer here. Hello, some components on the lower layer. I just click on save and I select on assembly. Here also you can find the that PCB. But for time being I'm just changing the components from 3D. I just want to change the IC to here, and some components are here. You can see I change the position and again I revert back to SolidWorks PCB. Just push, changes 1. Here you will see the changes. Just clicking on that you can see the movement of that component, capacitor 6. After that here is the IC movement. Just click on accept, components will change. Now we are going to route that components using auto routing option. Is also one smart option is auto routing, or if you want to route one by one you can select a interactive routing. For multiple there is a interactive multiple routing. So I am going to route using auto routing. Just tools, auto route all. So here within minute auto routing is completed. Here you can find the routing is completed. Now I just save here and you can see that routing according to layer here. If you want to select the bottom layer, here you can see the bottom layer, outline, top overlay, bottom overlay, top paste, bottom paste. So in this way you can check on single layer by layer. After we want to check on the 3D parasolid format, here also you can see that in different format it is shown in 2D. So I just selected on 2D. So in this way you can convert it into different formats also. Here in if you want to create that file into step file, you can click on the step file. If you want to create on the parasolid format, just click on the parasolid format, select. I'm just saving that format in the desktop. Okay, done. Now if I want to open that format, parasolid format file, here just click on parasolid format file and just open. So in parasolid format you can see the tracking between that components. Just clicking on that, change transparency, just select on messages, push, change. Here you will find view changes. I change it into 2. After that, these are the outputs we can generate. Gerber X2 NC files. So I am going to select on the outputs, click on the outputs. Here you will find the outputs. Clicking on generate outputs. Here is the bill of material. On clicking bill of material, you will find the comment description, designator, footprint, library reference, quantity. You can add the number of columns from here. Just selecting that suppose author, check by, company name. You can add columns also. You can export it into Excel format and text format also. After that there is a schematic print documentation, PCB prints, PCB 3D prints. On selecting Gerber files, you can select here Gerber files in millimeters. Okay, and the layers which you want to all on. Okay, just I select the Gerber files. After that Gerber X2 files, here millimeters and also on, just clicking on that. And one more, there is a NC drill files. Okay, you can take output of generate pick and place file also. It is in text format and Excel format also. Just generate. So within one click all reports will be generated. Bill of material, Gerber files, Gerber X2 files and NC drill files. We can add here NC drill table also. Just clicking on that, drill table. I place here a drill table 1. Here you will find the symbols hit count, finish hole size, plated hole type and total number of 22 hit count. So these are the bill of material documents. When I click on the bill of material documents, here is the format of Excel format bill of material. For Gerber files, .gbr format. If I want to open that Gerber files, just click on the Gerber viewer, import. I'm just going to select Gerber files of that project. Selecting outputs, Gerber. Here you can see the Gerber files. Similarly, you can see Gerber X2 also and drill files also. You can select different layers and clicking drill draw here also. If all is on, then it will looks like this. Selecting Gerber X2, just clicking on Gerber X2 files. Here is the Gerber X2 files with layout also. Here you can find the layout. So in this way we can generate the Gerber files. After that we are going to see a pick and place files also. Here in there is a simulation part is also there. When I click on the simulation part, here the type of simulation you can do: the transient analysis, DC sweep analysis, pole zero analysis, transfer function analysis, parameter sweep. Here just selecting one point, you can you have to select the inputs: primary start, primary stop. According to that output graph will become. When we select on the parasolid format, here you can see that assembly with the parasolid. Here you can see that PCB. Here one question is from Vignesh Kumar, yeah, and one for Saravanan. Both schematic software and 3D should be in the same PC, or it can be different PC. Yeah, it should be on the same PC, both schematic and 3D CAD software, SolidWorks 3D CAD. It should be on same PC. Here you can see the difference. There is a routing of copper tracking, you can see wires also, you can see here the components, component reference number, capacitor, connector. So in this way you can see the PCB design. I'm just going to cancel here. There is a electrical rule checks also. There is a connection matrix. Just clicking on project option, you can select means you can ignore the error also, means if you want to, if you don't want to see that error, means something floating net labels warning, if you want to ignore that labels, just select it off, so it will not show the floating label. There is a one more thing. You can export that drawing into various formats also. In that output you will find in the tools, here the PCB drawings. Here if you select on the view, there is a rules and violation windows also there. Okay, one more question is from Mukilan. Is it possible to translate PCB Allegro file to SolidWorks MCAD and vice versa? So is it possible to PCB? Yeah, PCB Allegro file we can open in the SolidWorks PCB, but we have to convert it into SolidWorks CAD. You are asking about the SolidWorks MCAD, but for opening on SolidWorks MCAD we have to create that drawings means we can open Allegro file in the SolidWorks PCB, but it is not open in MCAD. It cannot open in MCAD. Can we see the traces routing proper? One more question from Saravanan. Can we see the traces routing copper fill and trace in 3D? Yeah. I just shown that features here when I open the Parasolid format. Here you can see that copper traces and wires in 3D. Uh, okay, and one more question is then from, is it a add-on or standalone module, from Kishore? Yeah, it is a standalone. SolidWorks PCB 2D is a standalone, and for SolidWorks PCB 3D there should be a SolidWorks PCB 2D also. For Altium users, they only need a SolidWorks PCB connector and SolidWorks PCB 3D. They don't need the SolidWorks PCB 2D. And so this is the output of that drawing, schematic drawing. Here you can see. Any other questions? Hello. Hello. Here you can see the board information is also there. The number of arcs used, the fields, number of pads, strings, tracks, and board dimension also. Totals via holes 22. This is the component, list of the component. Total 14 components are used. On top there are 10 and bottom there are 4s. Similarly nets 3v3, A1, A2, M0, M1. Here there is a netlist status also. You can see the length 3v3, single layers only. After that here is you can create the schematic 2D footprint also. When I click on add new PCB, here you can draw pads. After that if you want to select arc, you can draw arcs also. You can create any symbols of 2D footprint in the PCB library. Simply I just close. Similar to schematics also there. Here the option will change. Here you can select the rectangles. Let's place on rectangle. Here you can add the pins also. So in this easy way you can create a schematic symbols also. Any other questions? Till there is a questions from Vina. Till how many layers we can go with the SolidWorks PCB power building? Here I just want to show you PCB home. In the layer stack manager you will find details. Here we can add layer of mechanical of 32 and electricals of 32 layers. We can add it. Mechanical 32 and electrical 32. And there is a one more. Can PCB 2D open in IDF format? There is one more question. Can PCB 2D open IDF format? Wait, let me show. When I click on open documents, these are the list of documents which we can open here. uh, Saravanan, I will come to your point due to time permits. IDF, one more question is from IDF is neutral format. Okay, okay. Yes, it is possible, but right now I don't have any IDF file format, so I can show you. I will come back to you after you just hello. You just I will come back to you. I will mail you regarding that. No problem. Is there anybody having any questions? Okay. Okay, so everyone, now I'm going to stop. One more question is from Mukilin. SolidWorks PCB, does it have circuit work and how but better compared to it? Actually, SolidWorks PCB, does it have circuit works? Circuits works is different, and SolidWorks PCB is different. Uh, Circuit works, it's shown in SolidWorks CAD also, in SolidWorks Premium, but it is totally different from that. There is one more question. There is a from Satish. There is any option for designing flex? Designing flex. Okay. Satish, I will come to your question. Okay. So now I am going to stop here. Uh, you can, if you have any queries, you can mail me. Here is my contact number, and you can mail me here in shailesh@beaconindia.com. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining the webinar.